Tuvalu is a country in the Pacific Ocean that you have probably never heard of. Tuvalu is a country in the middle of the Pacific Ocean between Hawaii and Australia. It consists of 3 islands and 6 atolls. It's a tiny sliver of land protruding out of the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The highest point of the country is only 15 feet tall. It is one of the Pacific states that will suffer greatly from the rising sea levels in the next 100 years. The country is very flat and tropical. The history basically goes like this. Before contact with other civilizations, Tuvalu was a common place that people would travel through between the different Pacific islands. It was first spotted by Europeans in 1568 by a Spanish voyager. They called it Isla de Jesus because the Feast of Christ was the day before. The voyage was able to make contact with the locals, but they were unable to reach the land. About 200 years later, a British sailor mapped the area and solved some mysteries about the area. Later, trading started and scientific expeditions were made. Under British colonial rule during World War II, it was invaded by Japan and then brought back to the Allies. Decolonization was in 1978. It became its own nation, and in 2000, it joined the UN. Tuvalu is a parliamentary democracy with its constitution as the highest law in the land. Their law is similar to British law since they were under British colonial rule. As a British Commonwealth realm, the monarch of the UK is also technically the monarch of Tuvalu and many other former British colonies. Other countries in this realm include Canada and India. It also supplements the high cost of outside goods that have to be boated or flown into the country. The current Prime Minister, Kwasi Natano, was elected in 2019. Tuvalu is part of many international groups and communities because they relied on much foreign support and foreign aid to keep their economy afloat. Between 1996 and 2002, the economy exploded at about 5% growth each year. This is huge for an entire country. Over the next about 20 years up until now, the economy has slowed down to a normal rate of growth of about 1 or 2% per year. Many Tuvaluans work in local agriculture and fishing, with about 42% of all Tuvaluans working in some facet of the fishing industry, whether they're actually going on the boats or they're part of marketing or some other thing related to fishing. Since the nation's population is so small, a lot of people work in governmental positions or in the public sector sponsored and propped up by the government, such as the Bank of Tuvalu, the National Tuvalu Electricity Corporation, the Tuvalu Communications Corporation, the Tuvalu Maritime Training Institute, and the Vaiaku Lagi Hotel and local medical centers. The country drives on the left side of the road, uses the Type I plug outlet, and they share one 150 megabits per second satellite internet connection. There are only about 10,000 Tuvaluans in the country, but some also live abroad in New Zealand and other Pacific areas. Ethnically, most people are Polynesians, with about 96% identifying as such. The other minority of 4% are Micronesians. The island is very religious, with about 97% of the population identifying with some form of Christianity. More than 90% of the population are part of the official church of Tuvalu. It is in the Reformed tradition and independent, however it is also part of many international church bodies. The next 7% of the population are part of another Christian group like Catholics, Baptists, Church of the Brethren, Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, etc. 2% of the population are part of the Baha'i faith. Sorry if I don't know how to pronounce that word. And about 50 people, 0.5% of the population are Muslim, and 0.5% are part of other small communities or they are irreligious. English and Tuvaluan are the 2 official languages. However, Tuvaluan is used in almost every part of society. English is kind of an auxiliary language used in international communication. Tuvalu is just a little dot in the Pacific Ocean that barely anyone from the outside world knows about. However, it shouldn't be overlooked, and that's exactly why I make these videos, so that people can, learn about parts of this world that they would otherwise never have heard about. Stay tuned, Somaliland, not Somalia, Somaliland, a separate thing, is coming up next. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.